Everyone, welcome to the third episode of Let's Play Jett. In this one it's just really me training at scarecrows again. Yeah, I did another fast forwarded video again, just because it's nothing really that exciting. Some people came in and asked about my damage and everything. I move at level 50, I think, somewhere else. But yeah, it's I don't know. I didn't get disturbed that much in Scarecrows because I guess people just try to skip that altogether and go straight to Jesters. But I like to have a set pattern. Yeah, and as you can see, the EXP bar goes up pretty quickly, even without things like well, 2x cards, and I still haven't gotten one of those. I'll probably get one when I go to Aliens and when I actually have the time to sit down for 4 hours and train. But right now it's just here and there, and I'm really just recording while I'm rendering the other video. And then I just wanted to get 2 out of the way today, because then I can set one to render overnight and then another to render while I go to work. And while I'm at work, the one that was rendering while I was actually training will be uploaded, and then then I can upload this one probably when I got back from work. So I'm finding it enjoyable. It's a nice class to train. It's a good combination of Buccaneer and Corsair skills. I think the mobbing skills kinda like demolition. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I've never played a buck before, but I think it's a fun class to play. But I don't plan on going any further with it than I have to. But so I'm just a bit tired. Long day. But I've been experiencing more of what Nexon have changed in this revamp. I haven't. I can see that the PvP NPC is still there, but I don't think you can actually get in there. I haven't tried. But I was also concerned because when I get to, since they edited the level for Balrog PQ, it's 45 now, I think. Well, I don't even know if they edited it. Maybe it was that all along. But I tried to because I was sick of adding my bishop and kicking it all the time. So what I was trying to do was move it in and move it out like you can in Xbeds once I got to 45, and you couldn't. And I was thinking, oh no, don't tell me that they took away that option and you actually have to have 6 people in your party to be able to create the second party. But I was wrong. You can't do it with the Balrog Xped for some reason, but you can do it with the rest of them. So that's weird. Maybe it's just a strange glitch or something, or maybe they've just applied it to that one for some specific reason. I'm not 100% sure. But the rest of it seems okay. Like, the actual game seems pretty stable. Like, it's interesting that, well, maybe they've learnt from their past mistakes. They didn't have to pull the game down as much as they did with Mercedes or Demon Slayer. They did have to do that emergency, unscheduled maintenance on the day that the game went up, but they haven't really had to do anything since then. And I think it'll be a fun class for just like people who are just starting to play Maple or coming back to Maple and don't really have a character to play, and they enjoy the pirate sort of classes. To play this, talking with people in the Skype call, we're all in agreement that we think that the pirate revamp's going to happen with Phantom. Because they pair. I think I went over this before, but they pair the pirate. Well, the excluded pirate class with a thief revamp, because it wouldn't make sense to put Phantom with a thief revamp, because then people would be torn between making a Phantom and playing as playing their new revamped thief classes, so it'd make sense for them to do the pirate revamp with Phantom, because then it sort of entertains the two groups. I'll probably still make a Phantom as well, and then do new boss videos when the pirate revamp happens. That is, if they are paired together. If not, then I'll just make a Phantom. I might do another Let's Play series, because I'll probably still have a lot of time on my hands to be able to do that, but I'll just get it to 120. If you guys enjoy these sort of training videos, really what I'm planning on doing is every level I level with this character, you'll see it on a video. I'm not gonna go, oh well, I'm gonna skip 70 to 90 just because I can't be bothered recording. What I'm gonna do is just train all the way through, recording every level to 120, and that'll be the Let's Play series. I just think that'll be interesting, and it probably won't be slow speed. It'll be I don't really want to give anything away, but yeah, that's just what I'm thinking at the moment. If you guys are enjoying this, cool. Yeah, but I'm interested to see what Third Job's like. I haven't really watched. Well, yeah, I had Mikey on Retraceables, killing all the stuff and seeing the Fourth Job skills. But I'm interested to see how Third Job plays. So that'll be interesting. I'll probably get there tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm finding that the with the gear that I'm wearing, I've got Maple Warrior. I think it's like 10 or something on that bishop, and the I think it's two 19% dex equips. So it's close to 40% dex with an extra 40 attack, the 30 attack plus the 10 attack. I think that's good enough to train the character with. People were coming in and asking me what stats were on those equips and why I was hitting so high, but I just thought, well, maybe I'm just hitting the average of what that class might hit, but I really don't think that amount of percent dex would really affect it that much at this level at the moment, because I've only got like 250 dex or something like that by itself, and then, well, I guess it's kind of doubled the amount of dex that I have, almost doubled it, the amount of dex that I have, but I'm yet to put anything into strength. I doubt that I will put anything into strength as I go along, because I'm not sure if it's worth moving a Zachem helm or a C-Zac helm over. I don't know. If I've got leftover next, I might just move a C-Zac over, just for the extra HP and the stats. I think the C-Zac hat, I'll just check right now on my Corsair, the stats that I have on it, I think it's that good. Yeah, it's 19 strength, 19 dex, 21 int, 22 luck, but it's only just a little bit of a little bit under. Or I might just move like a Scar or a Targa hat over. I don't know, I'll work it out later on. Or I could just buy a sharing tag and move over one of those hats that I had that you got from the boxes. But one of the, well, I guess it's been like this for a while. It didn't change during the revamp. It's kind of been the sort of adopted style. Well, especially training in these sorts of places, the sense of what guild you belong to doesn't really apply anymore. Well, in the first video, I didn't have this character added to Forsaken, and I had, well, at the start of the second, I had it in one of my mule guilds that I have. But it's I've just found that running around in that guild. Oh, I'm not saying that people should bow down to you and respect you, but being in a guild like that is well known. It's probably one of the oldest, if not the oldest guilds in Bellocan. and it should carry a certain level of I don't know, integrity with it, and knowing that, well, some people have accused my members of hacking and scamming and DCing and all sorts of stuff, but it's all real bullshit. There's been no proof to back up their words. But I just think that when people come in and just start killing everything in your map, start KSing you just because they can, just because they're playing a class that maybe can attack faster than you, or they just are out damaging you because they're higher level. I just think it's, well, especially like the time that I'm playing, it's in the early hours of like Pacific time, and there really shouldn't be that many people on, which means there should be more free maps, which basically means go find your own map. You don't have to kill mine just to annoy me, just to make me want to leave, or make me want to harass you and abuse you and all sorts of stuff just because you're annoying the crap out of me. I don't tend to react to people who do that. Really, all I do is I just endure it, use my bishop to attack a little bit, because sometimes if you attack on a character like that with an ultimate, it scares them off. But that bishop isn't geared or anything, so it's not really that strong. Sometimes if I do go train like during the peak hours of training in these maps, like I just try to get through it in the night, to be honest. So it won't be that bad when I go to train again, because it'll be around this time again. But if I do, I often have my own level 200 with me. I can't have my Demon Slayer or my Corsair on me, but I normally have like I either AFK my Mechanic or my Paladin. Like that's probably what I'll end up doing, especially at Aliens or something like that. Not really to jump on and KS people, but they sort of just see that there, and then they just, I don't know, maybe the smart ones are a bit more cautious about what they do. Some people just don't care, and they're out to just get a reaction from you, and I guess if you don't react, then they just get bored and go away in the end. But yeah, it's just a shame that those sorts of values have disappeared. Like there were, way back when, there were always those guilds that would do it on purpose just to annoy you. But then there'd be those people who go, oh, okay, yeah, you were here first. It's hard in these maps because there are no drops. I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I noticed there was a piece of video missing. But yeah, it's weird how these things, don't drop any meso, or, they normally drop firewood, I believe. But yeah, it's just strange, because then, well, in the conventional, in the old way, if there were drops, well, these are the really old rules that kind of went out the door a while ago. If there were drops in a map and there was someone, well, if there were drops and they were on a rope, they were probably rebuffing, so then it is their map. But if there aren't any drops and the person's on the rope, then they're probably AFK, and therefore they can't hold a map and have no drops to prove that they've been killing in it, so then therefore you have a right of way to take it. So then in a map like this, like there were a few instances where I'd jump on a rope to move my bishop into party to buff, and people would think I'm AFK, like they wouldn't argue it, but they'd just start attacking anyway. And yeah, it's kind of hard to tell them to go away when you've been on a rope and they're not sure whether you've really been AFK or not. So yeah, and they'll always argue that you were when you weren't, and there's no way to prove either way without drops. So yeah, that's just been annoying. But at least in places like Aliens and those higher up places, MP3, they do give drops. So then that's that it gives you a little bit of a chance to plead your case. But yeah, so and especially with some of the classes that people play just to come and KS people, it can get pretty just frustrating, and it makes you really want to log off and go back onto I'm always tempted to go back onto my Corsair and then come back and and give them hell for it, but there's no real point in it, because then they've won. All they want you to do is leave the map so then they can take over it. and then when you come back, they can argue that you left, and then technically it falls into their hands, and it was their map then. So yeah, it's a weird, well, a weird situation, a hard situation. Like, how do you deal with it? Like, sometimes a person will just keep killing shit. But yeah, I don't know. You just have to remember that it's just a game, and if you have to, you can go find another map or another place to train. But really, you should have, you should have the ability to fight for your own map if you want to maintain it. Like for instance, if you're an extremely low level, you're missing most of the time, then you really shouldn't be there, and you're not killing fast enough. Then a person should have the right to take the map away from you. But if you're someone who can kill sufficiently, like, yeah, I'm missing a bit, but I miss a little bit, but that's just because I'm one level underneath it. But then when I actually get to jesters, I am missing a bit, but when I do hit it, I'm doing enough damage. Well, at least I think it takes me 2 or 3 hits to kill them at level 50. But it proves that I can actually kill them, and I can keep the map going. So yeah. But what else? Hearing about all the stuff that thieves and night lords and shadow has got, that's just crazy. Like, the buffs that they get. Just talking to Tristan, saying, asking him like how much he's increased, and like looking at Jan seriously, like their damage is intense, and Jan is pretty much playing a stripped Night Lord because he's selling all this stuff, and I bought the mask off him and the belt because he was liquidating all his equips so he could turn it into another sort of game money. But yeah, he's still doing pretty decent damage, and it's hopefully something similar happens with the pirate revamp. Steve was saying to me, or I think it was Mikey, I wasn't sure who was on Retraceables at the time, but I think Steve and Mikey also said it, that I should be able to hit damage cap when rapid fire gets revamped. If not, there's something seriously wrong, or I should be close to hitting it. But we'll wait and see what happens. It'll be good if I can hit damage cap with it. Theoretically, I should be able to. But but just talking to Tristan, he says that a shadower can hit damage cap with like 60k range. Like, he was saying that he kept dropping his gear down to see, like, cause he's got, his range is intense. He was hitting damage cap easily, and he kept just dropping his range to see how low he could go with hitting damage cap. And I think he got down to 60k range or something like that. It's just crazy. But yeah, it's just it's interesting because you never know really how long it'll stay like that, because next one just keep throwing a spanner in the works, or because Demon Slayers, they got nerfed, and then I think they're getting a slight increase in a few patches time, which just doesn't make sense. It's like, well, can you leave a class as it is? It's like they're just trying to decrease and increase the amount of people playing the class at the time. Like, I know they're normally following the KMS standard, but it's, you just think, can't you just leave a character alone? Like, there's classes that have been ripped up and redone so many times, and then there's classes like pirates and thieves that have barely even been touched. So yeah, it's it'd be nice to have some stability in terms of what happens. But I don't know, you can't please everything. But I'm starting to yawn too much because it's getting close to midnight, and people say, "Wow, you go to bed early." It's like, well, I get up really early as well, so I don't know. I need some sort of sleep so I can be at least functional at work. But yeah, I hope this video is interesting enough. That's Jan there on the Night Lord. I just asked for some I don't know, he was in the Skype call, and I just asked for some, well, backup, sort of, if because people kept coming in the map and killing stuff, and I wasn't able to KS them, because, yeah, as you can see, I miss a bit, but then I can still kill them in a few hits. But yeah, so he just helped out a little bit when when people come in the map and start giving me hell. Yeah, so I might just find some music. Yeah, one of the two songs that I tend to use. I don't know. The reason why I don't tend to use other music nowadays is just because I don't want anything to get flagged as content breach. You know, the Maple music, I believe you can use it and justify it. Well, it doesn't really flag as using someone else's content because, well, you're playing their game, so it's their music. So if you can use their content, then I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, if you guys have any other suggestions of Maple music that actually does sound good, because I have my background music turned off most of the time because I can't stand the Maple music. It's a bit too well, it's not really my type of music. But if you guys can think of something that's yeah, a good song to play in the background, perhaps some old music that doesn't play anymore, I'd likely add it in if I can find the sound file for it. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment to say what you think. What your views are of Phantom so far. Phantom Jett, sorry, and what your views of Phantom will be. Okay. See you guys later.
And just as I was setting this thing to record, I noticed that, well, it's Maple's been pulled down for an unscheduled server maintenance, because apparently Empress Cygnus is back in town, so she's back in town. Hopefully next one doesn't do anything too sinister about this. Hopefully they just patch it and get rid of it. Probably with Empress coming back, those somebody sacks, and it means that they can create anything. So they might be making items again, but hopefully they just don't. Well, I'm not going to use the R word, but hopefully they don't do anything too serious. Hopefully they just leave it as it is. But yeah, they should handle with care. They have been the past few times, so I'm not too concerned. Anyways, I'm about to send this video to render, and enjoy. See you guys later.